Good morning. Welcome to the vlog. Today is Monday and what are we doing today? Yes. Yesterday I wanted to upload a new video, but I did not get to finish the write-up that I was working on. So I decided not to upload that video, just wait a little bit and work on the script today so that I can hopefully give you a more put together and coherent version of my thoughts. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to work on the script and then do my voiceover and hopefully be able to upload the video by tomorrow. I'm finally ready to film this voiceover, so I'm gonna head downstairs to my bedroom because there's less of an echo there, so I like to do the voiceovers there. I just wanted to show you what my setup will look like. So I usually film right here where there's a lot of cushions and fabric to kind of deaden the sound a little bit, because upstairs there's not enough of these types of things like soft elements to absorb the sound, so it's really echoey and I really hate the way it sounds actually. But here I like to sit on the floor. I'm surrounded by all these soft things. You will be here with the microphone facing my mouth and my notes will be down here, and that's how I record my voiceovers if you were ever curious about that. I learned a lot of things in art school. Like how you need to try out new materials, or the importance of a good critique, how to give it and how to take it. Which brings me to the first part on why this lesson is so important. Art is a skill, and like any other skill, if you don't work on it, it will diminish. I learned a lot of things in art school, like you need to try out new materials, or the importance of a good critique, how to give it and how to take it. Hi guys, so somebody asked me about this effect. Ooh, that was loud. Somebody asked me about this effect that I did in one of my videos. If you've seen my March vlog, there's this portion in the beginning of the video where it seems like two of me appear on the screen. So I'm gonna show you how I did that. It's funny actually, that was quite accidental. I didn't do it on purpose, but it was a happy accident and I really loved how the effect turned out. So I'm gonna show you how I did that now. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is set up your camera on a tripod so you can get some distance from it. Set your scene. This is a little tight, but whatever, will make do. So the first part is you kind of want to be on one side of your scene like this, and then so you film one clip where you're doing this. This is a really bad explanation. And then you film another clip where, say, you're on the other half of your screen like so, and then you just have to make sure that you're not touching your other half over there, and then you can be like, hey, so we're both here and whatever, you know, doing stuff like, oh, I'm over here and I'm just looking away, and then I'll turn around and be like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there. It would be helpful if I wasn't talking in both clips, because now I'm gonna get confused as to what part I should put where. So maybe since I have a lot of talking things over here spinning back and forth, maybe I'll just have myself over on this side, just kind of like dancing around, doing something. Don't know what I'm doing on this side of the screen, here we are, and all you have to do, stop talking. Why am I talking? Anyway, something like that. So you just have to make sure that you're not touching yourself on the other side of the screen. That sounds so weird. And then all you have to do is put it together in post. Let me show you what that looks like. All right, I'm recording my screen over on my iPad, so I've put the footage in, and let me see. What the heck am I doing? This is just a test. So let's say I want to cut it here, not here, not here, not here, not here, not here. This part where I'm already like kind of half and half in the screen. So I'm gonna cut this part, and then I'm going to take this part where I'm sitting down. We'll get rid of this. If I was smarter, I would have filmed multiple clips so I would just know which was which, but I didn't do that. So let's just give you an example here. So here I am. Also, a mistake that I made while filming this, whoa, tripod's falling. A mistake that I made while filming this was I kept talking while I was on both sides of the clip. So I need to pick areas where I'm not speaking, because otherwise I would just talk over myself. Or I could just take out the sound. Like for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna take out the sound on one of these and, you know, just pretend that I didn't screw up. You take your video where you're on one side of the screen, and then basically you just crop it. Ta-da! To reveal your other half, which is underneath. See, on a separate layer. You can't see where I'm pointing. But basically, because the camera is on a tripod, the background stays consistent. You're the only thing that's really moving. You know what? It would be cute if I started off with this clip where I was with my back to the camera. So say we start with this. Let's hide that one. And now it looks like, oh, I was typing on one side and then I turn around. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. I'm literally saying the same thing that I said in the clip. Okay, I did it again, and this time I've prepared the clips that I want to show you so it's less of a mess. Basically, you just take two clips, one clip like I showed you earlier, one clip where you're on one side of the screen, and then another clip you layer on top where you're on the other side of the screen. Just make sure you're not touching your other self. And then you double tap it and you crop it to reveal the layer underneath, and there you have it. There's two people in the clip. This would have worked so much better if the light was more consistent. So obviously another thing that you would want to do aside from putting your camera on a tripod would be to lock in your exposure as well so it doesn't fluctuate like it did here, and when you go into crop it, it doesn't get as messed up as mine did. But you get the idea. This is how you get the basic effect. You would just have to make sure that your lighting was the same and that your camera wasn't moving, and everything else you do in the edit. Okay, so I'm aware that wasn't the best example of that effect, but it's the best that I can do using LumaFusion. I'm sure other more talented videographers could do a much better job at masking than I can. As far as I know, there's no real way to mask, like really cut out a person in LumaFusion the same way that you would be able to do it on Adobe Premiere or on Final Cut Pro. But I'm working with what I have, and if you wanted to try this out, if the conditions are just right, it works out really well. And I'm really sorry that in the example I gave, the conditions weren't great. You get the idea. You get how to do it, right? So you just kind of have to experiment and make it work for you. Hello, hello. It is the next day. It is Wednesday. I don't really know what I'm meant to be doing today. Hi! What happened to you, baby? Scott, can you say cookie? Cookie!
Say, utot!
Oh my gosh, he's such a boy.
What's so funny? Utot? You like utot? What a face.
asphalt scented Novocaine, nature's brew of all kinds of things. The mountain sunk hills, sky color schemes makes you forget about all types of things. You remind me of the Arizona thunder, satisfy the times and make you wonder about the bigger picture in your life, the simple times in the Arizona thunder, the Arizona thunder tonight. Endless roads to the horizon, past the oasis, it's all behind you. Mirage of agua, the stars above you, the creature's days, two nocturnal days, makes you forget about all types of things. You remind me of
1, 2, roll. Here we go. In place. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, roll. Stay here. 1, 2, roll. Guard is up. Use your legs. And remember, start easy. Start nice and easy. Turn your hips. The 1 and 2 right now especially should just be automatic.
Okay, ready to start.
I don't need to think about it. There's nothing in this world that we can't do. Flowers even mad about it, 'cause they can't bloom like you don't. I don't see a way around it, 'cause everything has led me straight to you. It's nothing new. Baby, I'm outside, been thinking about you all night. Been thinking it ain't right if you and me only see us in our dreams. I'm outside, been thinking about you all night. Been thinking it ain't right if you and me only see us in our dreams. I'm outside.
Alright, I am nice and clean and ready for my day. I have been working out consistently with my friends every morning for about 2 weeks now, and you know what? I'm really enjoying it. I didn't think that I would, to be honest. I mostly joined them just because I don't see them anymore and I'm looking for any opportunity I can to hang out with them, of course. So when one of them asked if I would like to join them for like morning workouts, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Because at least I'll have a reason to get up earlier in the morning. I'm not really a morning person, so I don't really do well very early in the morning, but this has been really fun, like kind of forcing myself out of bed and then doing something energetic and hyper first thing in the morning has really been pushing my energy levels up, and I'm enjoying the experience.
Baby, I'm outside, been thinking about you all night. Been thinking it ain't right if you and me only see us in our dreams. I'm outside, I'll drive, you pick the station. Sunrise, no destination, no lie. I've been so patient, like winter waiting for June. I'm done